Attention, everybody. The views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of Acts Ministry, Acts Media Group, and or their affiliate and subordinate ministries and or nonprofits. Some of this content may be adult in nature, so please use discretion while watching with your children. Sorry we're late. Good morning. Coming to you live from Acts Media Group headquarters here in beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay with your hosts, Matt and Jay. Jay's not here today. He's out on the road. Matt and Steve.
That's right.
Steve's sitting in place of Jay today.
I can't feel his shoes now, but...
No, because his shoes are all the way in Kentucky last time I saw.
Oh, man. Kentucky's bright, nice.
I am yours forevermore. You have closed the door. Who I was before. All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay. My name is Matt.
My name is Steve.
And we're glad to have everybody on board with us today. Sorry, you do something for so long. Sorry, I was just receiving a message back.
Yeah, it's Jim.
Yes.
Good morning, Larry.
Last couple days. All right, so good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay. We got Steve sitting in place of Jay today. We're a little bit late. We're a little bit late because the internet was messing up on us again. We usually have been having this. We usually have been having this taken care of before we get started. We're like, oh, this is crazy, or it happens later on throughout our day. But
not at the beginning like this.
No, not at the beginning like this.
It's usually right in the middle, right when we're having a heavy topic or whatever. All of a sudden, it interrupts or flashes or something.
Yeah, the router I got here and I was getting ready to go live. I looked down and there's a globe and not a Wi-Fi signal. And I was like, what? So I went in there and I restarted the old router.
Right.
And then it came on, and then it turned off, and then it came back on again. And I got this cable here because I was going to try and just wire it, which I think starting tomorrow I'm going to start plugging it in as a wired connection to see what happens. Now, today's topic, I was going to talk about 10 things that you didn't know about stuff.
About stuff.
Yes.
And there's a lot of stuff out there.
Now, today it's 10 things that you didn't know were invented by rednecks.
Oh, that's interesting news.
I think that's going to be great. Now, first things first, I need to go
Morning,
to
Laura.
Laura Keith?
No, Laura Alford.
Laura Alford, sorry that Keith is her maiden name. My bad.
Buddy needs to get a hold of you, or you need to get a hold of him.
Buddy, yes. Probably about playing out at their digs out there.
Yeah.
I'm working with 3 different computers right at the moment. We'll get started with a set of commercials here in just a few minutes because,
Yeah, we need to.
yesterday we talked about stories about heroes and where?
And now we're talking about inventions by rednecks.
Inventions by rednecks.
Sounds interesting. I'm not sure. I know a lot of people from the South, but
What?
I didn't think about rednecks.
Okay, there we go. Things you didn't know about stuff.
Once again, Matt, she couldn't say thank you enough, but Tawana said thank you very much for yesterday.
Well, I was glad to be a part of it. Her music is really great, and we almost had the echoes completely out of it.
Yes, we did, and it sounded good. I mean, man, we had 1,000 plus watching.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, we sure did.
I don't think she had to. I told her, I said, well, we're looking at probably 1,000, but I wasn't sure. And so when I saw the
Good morning, Lara.
info, I was like, yay.
Larry Melton. Larry said, I was a hero. That's who he's talking
And when?
Well, he was talking about it yesterday.
Yeah.
All right, so what I want to do, I need to pull up my Facebook deal here so I can at least...
That was nice of you, Laura. I'm a gentleman.
You're a gentleman?
That's what she said. Good morning, gents.
Don't tell him that.
No.
But anyways, we're glad to see. How are you doing, Laura? We want to make sure that, I mean, she had surgery not too long ago. Good morning, Buddy Pillmore. I will get a hold of you. I've been trying to find some good news about something, Larry said.
Yeah, he said that early this morning. I read that, or yesterday.
What good news is he trying to find?
I don't know. He didn't explain that.
So top 10 things you didn't know was invented by rednecks. That's what we're talking about today. But real quick, I want to...
That could be a conversation starter for sure.
I want to get our commercial up and ready to go. And the reason being, because, you know, we have people who have donated to us and stuff, and they've got these these little commercials produced by, what is today, Tuesday? Tuesday.
Yes.
Produced by Mr. Rooster himself. And I'm working on like making it a little bit more seamless. Working on it.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. So yeah, working on it. It's going to take a minute. You know, it's going to take some, what do you call it?
Fine tuning.
Yes, some fine tuning indeed.
I had to learn to put certain phrases and sentences together.
Right. All right. So just real quick, we're going to go ahead and make sure the volume's up on that. We're going to go ahead and let you have a word from our donors. So I just got to figure out the right place to do it. All right. Here we go.
She's fun. I might say that she sings a lot.
Well, the song I sing all the time is Jolene. Jolene, Jolene, Jolene.
And Tiffany is someone who lives life to the fullest.
Jolene.
When she says that she cares about her patients, she's not joking. There's been multiple times when she's learned about a need of a patient or their family, and she's either taken care of that herself or has reached out and made contacts to see that whatever that need is, whether it's food or whatever situation it is, that's taken care of. And I think that, you know, makes a difference there, and just that she's involved with them. You know, I hear that from the patients at the front desk that I really like her because she listens to me. You know, I've never had anyone just listen to me before.
My motto is everything from the ground up. So everything from the curb to the house, I'll take care of it.
Hey dear, let's go get some new Formica countertops from Kitchenland USA. They look great, just like wood finish.
Formica? Oh, that's tacky. I remember that when I was growing up.
Well, let's see what Brad Trox says. He's the owner of Kitchenland USA. He should know. You must unlearn what you have learned.
Oh, all right, I'll give it a try.
No. Try not. Do. Or do not. There is no try.
Standing 5'3" with 130 pounds, this is our darling, our dear, our diva, Carrie Williams. Here he is, your host, your hero.
I need to mention that
100.
this is a past ad.
Johnny Rooster.
I do a lot of stuff. I work out every day, eating, and I sit up out of bed every morning, and I'm a big guy, so I can take you. You're just a little girl, and you're no match for me.
I don't know where you get these ridiculous ideas, Johnny.
Okay, I'm interrupting that commercial. I apologize for that because, hey, we're back. So, yeah, that was a commercial that we'll have to
Delete.
We'll have to, yeah, because that's a past deal. I guess I should have let it play all the way through. But welcome back, everybody. I guess I'm gonna be on the old phone with our cable provider, our internet provider today, because that is unacceptable.
Yeah, we had a live interruption there for a bit.
Yeah, for a split second. Yeah, and I'm like, what is it doing now? I don't understand. I guess I don't know if it's the router's method. I don't know. They can tell stuff from where they're at.
Yeah.
Anyways, let me have a sip of my coffee.
How Larry, where's the mouth from the south?
Morning, Becky. The morning mouth. He's on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I talked to him this morning. We've got him a background for his green screen, and it's
I love it.
And it's a rooster bike. And hopefully by next week sometime we'll have a green screen up all across the back wall here, which will be good. Hey, wait a minute. I'm going to try something. This is Tuesday, so I can try stuff.
Good morning, Becky.
This probably won't work, but I'm going to mess with it anyways because I can. And then we'll get to the list of top 10 things that you didn't know was created by rednecks, was invented by rednecks. I know dental floss is one of them, and that kind of makes it kind of funny.
Actually, that is funny.
Let me see if this does anything.
See, if you missed that little joke there, then and you've heard that thing from Jeff, where if you were a redneck.
Let's see what we got going on here. Something. It was at a text message. I'm trying to. Whoa.
It was nice to see you, Becky, Sunday.
Well, that's not working. I thought it was going to, but that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. It changed things ever so slightly. It doesn't like the white background for some reason. I was trying to see if I could use the white background, but there's too much white color here on this. Anyways, top 10 things you didn't know was invented by rednecks.
Should be interesting.
Coming in at number 10, dental floss.
Dental floss.
Of course, this is according to. Let me find out and see what we got here. This is by Mark Hill, but this is from February of 2014. So he talks about. Everyone knows that the southern United States invented corn fritters, Dukes of Hazzard, and institutional racism. Not necessarily all of the South, but they invented other things too, important things. So the next time that you're about to make a joke about banjo picking inbred rednecks, remember the South gave us, and here, okay, so number 10, dental floss. How many of you out there floss every day? Do you floss every day? Mm-hmm. Do you really? I recently in these past few years have gotten into the habit and tried to because, flossing actually, my dentist said flossing is possibly more important than brushing your teeth. Of course, I brush my teeth too, but flossing, he says, if you can't brush your teeth, at least floss.
Yeah, because of all the stuff
The cavities. That's what causes cavities is particles between your teeth that
rot.
That basically, decay, rot and decay. Said you should see the first helicopter that was redneck. It flopped. Becky said, me. I don't know what that was an answer to. Nice seeing you too, Steve. You too, Larry. Becky said, good morning, Matt and Steve. Okay, the mouth of the South. Okay, obviously the South also invented Johnny Rooster. So, dental floss, flossing, the quickest and easiest way to keep your teeth clean that nobody actually does. Don't deny it. We're already ashamed of you, it says. We mean to have you... have you even heard about how it helps to prevent gum disease and gingivitis?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, tangent over.
My dentist told me that.
How has a long and proud, it does have a long and proud Southern history. It begins in 1815.
Wow.
With a New Orleans dentist with an awesome name, Levi Spear Parmley, recommended that people keep their teeth clean with silk floss. We hope they left it sticking out of a breast pocket of their jacket like a proper dandy.
Okay.
A silk floss.
I was told that wax.
I say, your floss looks delightful. Is it made of the finest silks in the Orient? People probably didn't ask that, but they should have. Nothing else interesting happened in a normally thrilling world of floss until World War II era, when another New Orleans, Charles C. Bass, developed nylon floss. And nylon was more effective than silk. And Bass, a doctor and dean of Tulane, who made significant contributions to both dental hygiene and tropical medicine, extensively promoted oral health practices. Before his innovation and proselytization, few people flossed, but thanks to, in part, his hard work, roughly 49% of Americans now floss daily. All right.
That's good information.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought that rednecks, I guess because it was in the South, not all Southern people are rednecks.
That's true.
A lot of them are, but a lot of us here in Missouri are rednecks.
Yes.
And contrary to popular belief, people from Missouri do not call Missouri, Missouri.
No, they don't. They think they do, but
they
don't.
think they do. That's a myth and a legend. And people who do call it Missouri are usually from the South that moved here.
And grew up.
Native
here.
Missourians do not call Missouri, Missouri.
Just to let you
throw that
Missourians know.
Now, number 9, the cotton candy machine. Who doesn't love cotton candy? So that's like the total opposite of dental floss. Like, it's bad for your teeth.
Now we're going to go
because it's basically you heat up sugar and spin it out, like basically, and it stretches out the particles of sugar into a long string. And that's what the cotton candy goes with.
So now we're going to go the other way. Instead of cleaning your teeth, we're going to go to rotting your teeth.
Yeah, now that we've shown you the South's contribution to dental hygiene, let's balance it out with one of their contributions to tooth decay. The South is, after all, famous for its diabetes and heart attacks, including culinary delights. Heart attack including culinary delights. It would be remiss of us to not include one of their recipes for haughty cuisine. Cotton candy has been around since the 18th century, but back then it took a lot of work to make. The whole point of junk food is that it's to be eaten by lazy people. So having to work your butt off to make it kind of defeats the purpose. William Morrison entered the scene to ensure humanity had easy access to socially acceptable method of stuffing pure sugar in your mouth. Morrison, a Nashville dentist, teamed up with a confectioner, John C. Wharton, to mechanize the candy-making process, earning the patent in 1899.
So candy goes all the way back.
Yeah. That's the filing cabinets. Rednecks invented filing cabinets.
Really? To keep things
Apparently.
organized. Larry said,
They make dental floss from cat gut. Actually, the stuff I use is nylon dental floss. They do. I guess they do. They also...
I thought it was wax. There's wax too, isn't there?
There's waxed dental floss. Well, most of it has wax on it. That acts as a lubricant to keep it, what have you. Now they make violin strings from cat gut.
That I didn't know.
In the really fancy, real expensive ones, they use cat gut. I don't know how they do the cat gut, but
strings that are in the gut, I guess. I don't know.
yeah. So filing cabinets are one of those everyday things that nobody really thinks as an invention. Like they're just so obvious, right? The ancient Egyptians probably filed their papyrus documents in reed cabinets, but nope. And up until 1898, people just stuffed their papers in big old envelopes that were in turn stuffed with pigeonholes, like caveman filing their taxes. Tracking down the paper you put in an envelope 3 months ago was not an easy task, so filing systems across the country were extremely inefficient. It was anarchy, or at least the boring office work equivalent of it. Then Edwin G. Sables of South Carolina came along. It was all, hey, you guys, why don't we just do it like this? Not a direct quote, of course. By heroically inventing the idea of putting paper upright in boxes and maybe using those little guide cards things, if you've got a lot of paper, Sables revolutionized the world of filing and gave us a system that's going to be in use until filing cabinets are digital archives.
Wow.
So I don't care how fancy schmancy your company is.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has filing cabinets. I've got filing cabinets.
I got filing cabinets.
You got filing cabinets. Who here doesn't have filing cabinets? That's what I want to know.
Larry said it takes a lot of cats.
It takes a lot of guts to make those.
Yeah. They make dental floss out of cat gut. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out.
Good morning, Michael Miller. He's going to be my guest on my show here.
The next one is an interesting one that I never even really knew of. I didn't even know it was a thing, really. All right, so the turtle excluder device.
What in the world? What is
Now,
a turtle?
Or TED. Easily both the most obscure invention on this list and the one with the best name.
So far.
Your first thought might have been it's a tool for being racist towards turtles. Like maybe you want to start a petting zoo but don't want Leonardo anywhere near it. So you invest in a turtle excluder, which, wow, way to be heartless, turtle hater. Anyways.
Exactly.
It excludes turtles in a good way. It prevents them from getting caught in shrimp trawl nets and drowning. This is important because sea turtles are an endangered species, and also turtles being killed is just plain sad.
It is.
The Georgia jumper was developed in the 1970s by a man with the extremely southern name of Sinky Boone, whom we can only assume was from Alabama, another southerner,
Alabama
Mississippian Noah J. Saunders, patented his own design in 1988. The basic concept is simple. It is essentially a trap door to let turtle-sized critters through, but can be clogged with debris or easily tampered with by unscrupulous fishers. And so improvements continue to be made today. So basically, it's a trap door that allows turtles to get out of your nets, your shrimp troughs, without losing all the shrimp.
Interesting.
Now, here's another one that's really surprised me. Now, I know that it's time for us to stop here in just a second, so we may have to continue on with this list tomorrow. I don't but need a filing cabinet. Laugh out loud. That's Michael Miller says that. Whiteout is numbered 6. Whiteout.
Whiteout.
Now, one thing that I've known is whiteout smells like ants when you squish them. Have you ever smelt your finger after you squashed an ant?
Not really.
They emit a chemical defense, which is irritating to normal things. But I've like squashed an ant before, and then I'm a guy. Guys smell their finger, and I was like, "Oh wow, that smells." I know that smell. And then I smelt whiteout, and it smells the same. I don't know. We're about to find out exactly how it was made, though. Texas native Betty Neesmith Graham was bad at typing. This was a problem because she was a typist. It didn't help that correcting typos on typewriters of the day was about as easy as correcting typos on iPhones is today. Yes, iPhone. When we undo your correction 4 times in a row, it means we want to keep what we wrote. So Graham also painted holiday windows at her office and figured out that if painters just paint over their mistakes, there's no reason typists can't do the same. So in 1951, she made a water-based whiteout in her blender and dubbed it Mistake Out and brought it to work. When coworkers begin requesting Mistake Out for themselves, Graham realizes that she was onto something. She refined her formula and began filling small orders in the evenings and weekends until 1956 when she was fired from her day job after she made a mistake that she did not manage to correct, which was accidentally putting her own company's name on a document. Whoops.
Uh-oh.
While that sounds like a plot twist of an especially lame Twilight Zone episode, or maybe the origin story of one of Batman's lesser foes, beware nefarious Mrs. Stake. Fired for making a terrible mistake, she gets her revenge by correcting the mistakes of others, and went with extreme prejudice. It gave Graham the opportunity and financial necessity to devote herself to her company full time. So she changed the name to Liquid Paper, ran the business until 1979, when she sold it to Gillette for $47.5 million and royalties. Not bad for an invention designed to disguise her own ineptitude. Incidentally, while Graham's accomplishments was impressive, liquid paper wasn't her only major invention. She also helped with Michael Neesmith, the guitarist and songwriter for the Monkees, by giving birth to him. Nice.
Wow, that's real.
Always monkey you around. Scientists. Okay, so number 5, vinyl.
Wow.
Yeah.
By the way, Becky said whiteout gets her high. I believe that because
it can get just like an ether type based.
Because I've done it.
Deal now. It's about an ether based deal now. So the smell will get you kind of messed up. It may actually even have like what is it called? Topoline, which is stuff they use in spray paint, specific kinds of spray paint. Acetone, it could have acetone in it. All those are basically to help it dry faster, to keep it liquid but dry faster, because it evaporates really fast, leaving everything else dehydrated around it.
Right, that's why you got to blow on. Sometimes I blow on it to get it dried faster.
And that's just my observation, as I'm not a professional chemist or anything, but I'm thinking that if you put acetone or topoline in something like that, like white stuff. Like, I don't know what kind of green. Anyways, it would dry faster and be everything around it would be dry.
Right.
Even the ink that you're covering. Anyways, vinyl. Scientists have known about polyvinyl chloride since 1835, but nobody could find any commercial use for the rigid, brittle material, or at least not until 1926, when Alabaman Waldo Simon was all, yo, let's legalize this, or let's plasticize this science. All right. We like to think that all scientists talk like Jesse from Breaking Bad. We're too dumb to explain the finer points of the science, but we can explain just how important PVC is. It is used in everything from pipes to electric cables and to costumes of a certain nature. So if you've ever enjoyed the services of a well-lit, well-heated club, then you got Mr. Simone, we'll just say Simone, to thank. Anyways, artificial turf.
Wow.
The fake grass that carpets baseball and football stadiums and prompts the most tedious complaints from purists this side of the designated hitter rule. It was developed by a team of North Carolina researchers led by a man named David Cheney. It was first introduced in the Houston Astrodome because there simply wasn't enough light for natural grass to grow, or possibly because the Astros are terrible at baseball and their ineptitude destroys the very ground upon which they tread. So,
wow,
that's hardcore. The Gatling gun, obviously. Trying to fight stereotypes on the list. Wouldn't be a South without some guns. Some does more just than hurt animals, and Yankees lost on vacation. It had a hand in firearm history, the birthplace of the Gatling gun, the quaint, old-timey, steampunk-looking weapon that could shred you to bits in an instant. Wow. Richard Jordan Gatlin was a North Carolinian who witnessed the horrors of the American Civil War. And like many inventors of mass death, Gatlin had peaceful aspirations, noting that far more soldiers died of disease than combat. Gatlin reasoned that his gun would give one man the firepower of 100 and therefore eliminate the need for large armies. Spoilers for history. It didn't quite work out that way. So unfortunately, his brutal invention was overshadowed his other more positive contributions to humanity. The gun itself is based on a seed planter that he invented, one of several important innovations he brought to the world of agriculture. So, on one hand, he helped revolutionize modern farming, and on the other hand, his weapon killed countless people in a variety of brutal wars. So, we'll call it a wash. Number 2, video games. And we'll...
But wait a minute. Video games was invented by a Southern, or by Redneck?
Yeah. If you want to get technical, and we know you do, the very first video game had a catchy name of cathode ray tube amusement device. And it was invented not by some Japanese businessman or a techie in California, but by a man from the deep south named Thomas T. Goldsmith Jr. Boy, what a name.
Phew.
Goldsmith was born and educated in South Carolina, and he received a bachelor in physics from Furman University before going on to get a doctorate at the elitist Yankee Institution of Cornell. Yes, the first video game was made in just 2 years after Hitler died. Goldsmith and his partner, inspired by World War II radar systems, invented a game that makes Pac-Man look like Xenogears. Players use knobs to control a dot that needs to be guided over paper airplanes attached to the screen. If they are successful, and we can't imagine how they wouldn't be, a technical trick fuzzed up the dot to simulate an explosion.
Oh, I think I know which game they're talking about.
Supermarkets. Clarence Saunders was born in Virginia, but he spent, this is number 1, He spent his life in the South. It was like Memphis that he founded Piggly Wiggly,
Yeah, I've shopped there before.
which sounds like a petting zoo, or maybe some weird thing. Sorry, but it was actually the first supermarket. Piggly Wiggly was the first supermarket.
Wow. I think they have those in Virginia.
Stores were a hodgepodge of goods and services before Piggly Wiggly. You had to ask the clerks to get the products for you, and were never quite sure what the store would have. What store would have what? It was an inefficient and expensive process. Saunders was inspired by witnessing many small grocers go bankrupt. His invention was groundbreaking. Piggly Wiggly stores were the first to price mark all products, refrigerate produce, standardize layouts across stores, improve sanitary standards, and much, much more. So that's that.
Wow.
Who would have thought?
A very interesting list.
It is a very interesting list. So, and it's time for us to get off of here. I appreciate everybody sticking with us on this. It's, you know, the internet giving us a hard time. I got to call and find out why it's doing that. It may be our router. I don't know what it is. It's kind of frustrating. But thank you guys again so much for you know, hanging in there. And thank you for everybody that commented. Let's see what we got here. Catch up. Electric handle heaters on golf clubs. Matt and Jay, have a good day. That's what Velma says. Whiteout gets you really high. Yes, I used to sniff it a lot when I was in school. Anyways.
I did too, but on accident. It wasn't anything I did on purpose.
It wasn't?
No, not me. And Michael, keep your comments to yourself. He's a friend of me. He's a friend of mine. Michael will be my guest in a few weeks.
Wow.
Okay. I will not be here tomorrow.
You will not be here. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the Morning Drive today. We'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. Be sure and tune in next for a couple of classic episodes because and our schedule's about to change in the first of the month. So be sure and tune in for that. We're real excited about it. There's going to be quite a few changes, some new shows added, and just, yeah. We look forward to it. So until then, my friends, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt.
My name is Steve.
And this has been The Morning Drive.